Good morning, students. In earlier class we have learned about different kinds of harmful microorganisms which are causing diseases in plants and animal. Let us discuss about what are the different kinds of diseases causing through the different kinds of modes. To spread the disease from one person to another person, they must be need some vector. Here what are vectors here are intermediates or modes. Some intermediates are air, water, food, physical contact. All those are factors for transmit disease from one person to another person or infected person to healthy person. So when a disease spread from one person to another person, such kind of diseases are known as communicable diseases and also known as contagious diseases. What are contagious or communicable diseases? When a disease spread from infected person to healthy person is known as communicable disease. Here in earlier class we have learnt about different kinds of diseases. What are different kinds of diseases belongs to communicable disease? Cholera is a communicable disease. Common cold. So different kinds of modes, factors for the causing of different kinds of diseases in animal and as well as in plant. Yeah, chicken pox, common cold, cholera, TB, tuberculosis, like that some are example for the communicable diseases. And mainly these all communicable diseases spreading from one person to another person along with factors such as food. When the food was contaminated along with microorganisms, when air was contaminated, when water was contaminated, so if we have them we can get diseases. And physical contact is also one of the factor to get the communicable diseases. Insects and animals are also acts as a vectors, because insects and animals, when we have contact with them, when we have closely mingled with them, so when the microorganisms present on their body, simply they should enter into our body and should cause different kind of diseases such as house flies. So without having the contact with them, and mosquitoes, house flies and mosquitoes both should be fly on the food material, fly on the water, fly on the fruits, fly on the everything which one is uncovered with lid. So then what happened? While flying on the material, food materials, they should left some microorganisms. So then what happened? If we have consumed them, then automatically by that method all those should enter into our body. So what are different kinds of diseases causing through the bacteria, virus and fungi? Bacterial disease example for TB, tuberculosis. So it transmits along with the air. So air is a mode of TB. And measles is a viral disease. It is spreads along with air. And chicken pox, it is a viral disease. So it should spread by the air. And polio is caused through the virus. So it is affected to human being along with air by inhaling and as well as water by having. And cholera is also caused through the bacteria. So this bacteria can enter into our body along with food and water. And as well as typhoid. Typhoid is also bacterial disease. So when we have drink the water which has the bacteria, Salmonella typhi bacteria, we should get a bacterial disease. So as along with them, another viral disease, hepatitis. You know very well about hepatitis. What is hepatitis? So the cells wherever hepatic cells wherever present, that tissues are known as hepatic tissues. Where is the hepatic tissues? The hepatic tissues are present in the liver. The entire liver made up of only hepatic tissues. So when the liver may be damaged by the presence of a virus, that is called hepatitis. Again in the hepatitis A is there, hepatitis B is there, as like that series of hepatitis disorders are there. then what happened, mainly all these are caused due to the presence of virus, and mainly these affected to human body by having water. And another, malaria. So malaria, we had about malaria, it is a protozoan disease. Malaria is a protozoan disease. So where are the protozoans? Generally the protozoans are present in the heaps, present in the drainage, present in the filthy areas. So while flying the mosquitoes to collect the food material, or to lay the eggs on the heap, on the drainage, what happened, these protozoans simply attach to the bodies of the mosquitoes, and whenever the female mosquito bite us, along with that blood stream, the microorganisms, what are the protozoans present inside the mosquito, they should enter into our body and cause protozoan disease like malaria. So we know very well about Robert Koch. Robert Koch, at first time in 1876, the bacterium bacillus, which is causing the anthrax disease. What is the disease? Anthrax disease. So it is causes in animals, and as well as along with this, foot and mouth disease also causing in animal and plants. So this bacterium bacillus anthracis was discovered by Robert Koch in 1876. And let us discuss about plant diseases. So we know very well about different kind of plants which are giving fruits, which are giving grains, which are giving leafy vegetables, and etc, etc. So we will discuss among them. Some are citrus plants about and wheat plant, and sugarcane plant, and as well as groundnut, etc, etc. So citrus, lemon plant. So the lemon plants damaged by the bacteria. So the bacteria, when affected to that plant, the entire plant should be damaged. So however it will be there, the citrus plant may gets the maybe dry up, or maybe happen some rust on the body, and maybe get the entire leaf maybe get the shelling. So then what happened, if the leaf may be damaged totally, the plant cannot give required amount of the yield. So the bacteria damaging citrus canker diseases in the citrus plants. So how can this disease affecting to the plant, citrus plant? Mainly it is affecting to the mode of air. And another one is wheat. So wheat, mostly wheat plants are damaging by the fungi. So it is spreading along with air and seed. Simply we have to say rust of wheat. What happened? The entire leaf or the entire stem and the entire grain should become rust on the surface. So by the formation of the fungi. So it is a airborne disease or seed-borne disease. And another one is yellow mosaic vein. So we can see in this yellow mosaic vein disease in maybe grapes. So here what happened here, when the virus affected on the vine, immediately what happened here, the leaf surface or the stem surface or the fruit surface should become yellow in color, and totally they will damage and spoil. So it is spreading. What is that? The yellow vein mosaic disease spreading by the insects. While for the pollination, mainly we know very well about insects flies on the flowers to get the nectar. While getting nectar, what happened, when the body may have the any virus or bacteria or fungi, they should left on them. So on that manner, totally the body should damage. And let us discuss about food poisoning. What is another one is food poisoning. What is meant by food poisoning? So when the food is unsuitable to consumption, that is called food poisoning, because maybe the food maybe make bad smell, and the food may be become less taste, and the food may be discolored. So and also maybe why this kind of condition should be happen to the food, because this condition should happen by the presence of some microorganisms. Whatever the microorganisms present inside them, they should release some amount of the enzymes into the food material to decay or to dissolve, to observe the required material. So here that's why we have to preserve the food material for instant consumption maybe, or for long consumption maybe. So when we have observed the spoiled food, it should be emits bad smell. That is the first significant. And another, after that, even though the food may not be emits the bad smell, that food should not be shows the taste. So it is also will be there the bad state taste. And later what is that is, and finally the color also should be changed, that food material. So by these three significations we can be identify, we can be say that the food should be spoiled, that it only. And as well as, even though these three not be appeared along with that food, sometimes internally the food should be stored along with some toxicant which are released through the bacteria, fungi, and another one. So generally we are preserving some kind of materials by using different kind of methods. What are the different kind of methods we are using to preserve the food material? One is the chemical method. Chemical method is there, and drying method is there. Chemical method and drying method. By these two methods we are always preserving some kind of food material. So example for that chemical methods: salts, edible oils. What are salts and edible oils are the example for the chemical method. So we are adding salts and oils, edible oils in pickle and somewhere. So let us discuss about salt. So common salt has been using for preservation of water, maybe fish meat or meat or amla and raw mango and tamarind. All these are raw products. If you want to preserve these raw products without damaging or spoiling along with the microorganisms, we have to add some amount of the salt and as well as some amount of the oil. When we have had oil and salts, what happen? These should be prevent the growth of microorganisms. What are salt is also should prevent the growth of microorganisms, and as well as this can absorb the excess amount of the water from the raw material. And oil should not allow the entry of the microorganisms into the pickle, into the vegetable, into the fruits, into the fish meal or meat or whatever we have preserved along with oil and salts. What happen here? By these chemicals they will die, and we can preserve long period. And later heat and cold treatment. What is another one is heat and cold treatment. We know very well about heat and cold treatment. We are using this method to preserve the milk. So why we have to heat and cold milk to preserve? Because of the milk, the raw milk should have some different kinds of bacteria and different kinds of toxins will be there. When we have boiled them, what happened? The entire microorganisms will die inside the milk, and also after cooling them we can be preserved for long period by the process of pasteurization. What is the process of pasteurization? Pasteurization means partial sterilization of products such as milk or wine to make safe for consumption is called pasteurization. What is meant by pasteurization? Pasteurization is a method of partial sterilization of product. Partially we have to sterilize, we have to boil partially only, not completely. When we have boiled completely, the entire milk structure should be destroyed. That's why we have to partially sterilize them or partially boil them. Then what happen? Immediately all those microorganisms within the milk and within the wine will be die, and later what happen here? We can be used for the consumption. So this entire process is known as only pasteurization. And already we learned about that salt and oil for the preservation of pickles, and along with the salts and oil for the preservation of the pickle, and another one jams and squashes, we are using sodium benzoate. What is that? Is sodium benzoate is a chemical, and sodium bisulfate. So both when we have had both of them, we can preserve the all material inside the container. And as well as salts, already we learned about that meat, fish, amla, mango, tamarind, etc. we can be preserved them. And sugars, we are using sugars. What is the use of the sugar? Sugar is also should absorb the water from the material. Without having the water from the material, when we have added that, the entire water should be absorbed along with the sugar. So that's why we are using sugar in jams and jellies to reduce the moisture content. And vinegar is also using in preservation of the fruits, preservation of the vegetables, fish and etc. So in earlier class we have learnt about the pasteurization method. So we have to boil milk and wine at 70 degrees centigrade for 15 to 30 seconds. So within the 15 to 30 seconds when we have boiled at 70 degrees centigrade, all the microorganisms will die. So already this process, already we learned about that, which is meant by pasteurization. This pasteurization method was introduced by Louis Pasteur. We introduced the pasteurization method. The pasteurization method was introduced by Louis Pasteur. So, and in the next video we will learn about nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation. We know very well about nitrogen fixation. What is meant by nitrogen fixation? Nitrogen fixation. So we are using in our daily life different kind of material to preserve the different kind of food materials. Later in the next video we will discuss about use of the nitrogen and nitrogen fixation. Thank you.